All right, today we're going to start talking about the scientific method. And again, you might remember that we talked a little bit about that scientific method when you guys were freshmen. But again, we're going to go ahead and review it because, again, it's going to be something that really we're going to be using in chemistry and physics and any of the science classes that you end up taking. The scientific method, as you may recall, the scientific method is a sequence of events that allows you or scientists to investigate the world. Of all of the labs that we'll be doing this year, it is one of those things that, again, you will be the scientist and you'll be using that scientific method to come up with a conclusion at the end of each of the labs. Again, the scientific method is a 6-step process in solving a practical problem. The first step to the scientific method is your problem. What is it that you are looking to investigate? Again, all of the labs that we do this year, there will be an objective. Again, I'll kind of explain what's going on and seeing if you can come up with a correct answer. What is it that you are going to be investigating? What is something that interests you? And things like that. Those are going to be some of the problems that we go ahead and we talk about. The second thing is going to be research. With research, what you're doing is you're gathering the information that's going to allow you to test your problem. Now, there's two types of research. There's going to be pure research, and pure research is just done for gaining knowledge. You know, if there's something that interests you, you're going to read about it. If there's something that interests you, you're going to look at it. Those are things that are associated with pure research. And then there's applied research. Applied research, just like that word apply means, you're looking to actually solve something. It's done specifically to solve a certain problem. Okay, so again, the two types of research are pure research, which is done just really for the heck of it and just to find, out some information that you might want to know. And then the last one is applied research. And what you're doing there is you're researching to solve an actual problem. The third step to the scientific method is your hypothesis. Your hypothesis is your educated guess. When you get done doing your research, so you know what you're looking for, your problem, you gather up some information, and then what you're going to do is you're going to make an educated guess. What do you think is going to end up happening? Okay, again, you guys are all smart individuals. If you take a rock and you say, hey, I'm going to throw in the water, you know that a rock is more dense than the water and it's going to sink to the bottom. Again, that would be a hypothesis. You say, when I throw this rock into the water, it's going to sink. And again, you're not going to say, hey, I'm going to throw a rock in and it's going to float. Okay, because again, from all of the stuff that you know and all of the information you've gathered throughout your life, you know it's not going to float. So again, it's your best educated guess on what you think is going to happen. Okay, step 4, that's your experimenting. Okay, that's when you're going to go back to the back of my room and actually do your experimenting. Get out the Bunsen burner, warm things up, take chemicals, pour them in to one another. Measure different things. Are there color changes? All of those signs of a chemical reaction. Okay, this is where you're going to be writing down your procedures. Again, if you want someone else to repeat your lab, they got to know specifically what you did. So list them chronologically. Step 1, do this. Step 2, do this. Also tell them what kind of equipment they're going to need for this lab. Okay, your data. Okay, have a data table. So again, anyone that's going to repeat this lab that you did, they want to see what their data is like compared to yours. And then the two types of variables. Your manipulated variable, that's the one specifically that you are changing. And your responding variable, it's responding to the changes that were done to the manipulated variable. Okay, your manipulated variable, when you think of an XY axis, your manipulated variable is plotted on the X axis. Your responding variable is going to be plotted on your Y axis. Again, manipulated, the scientist changes. Responding changes on its own. Okay, it changes by what you did to the manipulated variable. Okay, your data tables. Okay, like I said, you're going to have all of that information there so other people can see what you got and then they can compare it to what they got. Okay, controls. Again, you notice up there we only have 2 variables. Everything else has to be kept exactly the same. Okay, we can't be changing other things. We can't have one of the experiments done in a warm environment and another one done in a cold environment. Okay, those are things that you can't have happen. Again, all of these different things when you're talking about weight loss pills and things like that, they've been tested numerous times. Thing is, as we're testing them, we can't give one group of people that are on the diet pill, we can't be giving them things like salads and letting them exercise and drink plenty of water and stuff like that. And then the other group, we're not doing anything to them. But the thing is, we can't be giving them pizza and steak and pop and, say, no, you can't go out and exercise. We're just going to take them to movies and eat popcorn. No, we got to keep everything the same. If we're going to give one group salads, we got to give another group salads. If we're going to give one group water, we got to make the other group have water. If we're going to make the other group do 30 minutes of exercise, both groups have to do 30 minutes of exercise. So controls are things that have to be kept the same. Step number 5, that's your conclusion. Let's go back and let's revisit that hypothesis. You came up with an educated guess. After you did your experiment, does it support what you saw? Okay? Is your conclusion correct? Now, if you're incorrect, okay, what is a reason why you might be incorrect? Okay? If you're incorrect, what might be a new hypothesis that you could go ahead and check? So it says, did your outcome support your hypothesis? If not, what do you feel would be a new hypothesis? And then the last one is reporting. Reporting is, again, if you're doing any major medical or major scientific research or study, letting everyone know what is going on. Again, because if you find something out, you want them to know what you did so they can get the same kind of results. Okay, so you want to relay all of that information to others. So those are your 6 steps to the scientific method.